Hello again, this is AZC2. Today I'll be discussing the recent perjury case involving a certain Karl Liew, the son of Liew Man Leong, who is the CEO of Changi Airport Group. Karl Liew's lies to the police have resulted in the imprisonment of an Indonesian maid for theft. She had appealed the sentence, and it was subsequently found that the original investigation had been botched. She was acquitted of all charges, but it took her 4 years to clear her name. During those 4 years, she stayed at a shelter run by an organization that helps migrant workers. One of these organization's most prominent members is Jolovan Wam, a well-known activist from Singapore who had been convicted of fabricated charges of contempt of court himself. Parti Liyani was a vulnerable individual. She was taken advantage of by her employers. Liew Man Leong had engaged her as a domestic servant, but he sent her to work at his son Karl's residence. Karl later accused her of stealing from him. He claimed that Parti had stolen a black dress which was his, but the dress was never his possession. It belonged to Parti Liyani outright. The only way that they could prove ownership of the dress was to make Karl try to fit into the dress himself, but this was never brought up in court, and therefore his lie went undetected for many years. It was only recently that he was sentenced to 2 weeks jail for perjury. This is considered a slap on the wrist, as his lies to the police resulted in unnecessary resources being wasted to prosecute an innocent, vulnerable person. Parti Liyani's ordeal reminds me of something I had to go through a few years ago. I was accused of false charges, and I had my equipment seized by the police, and some of it has never been returned to me even after my acquittal. It makes me feel like they're holding on to that, to those equipment because they are somehow still useful, whereas all other stuff that was returned to me are practically useless as of now. And God knows if my equipment that still remains with the police have been auctioned off. Yes, Liyani was facing charges in court in Singapore, whereas my case happened in Fremantle. Sometimes it doesn't matter where you go, the police are the same old. They're all corrupt to the core and cannot be trusted. Liyani was convicted by a judge-alone trial, whereas it took a jury to see the light and acquit me of the charges which had been clearly fabricated from the start. Well, my accuser was a member of the majority race in her country, and me being an immigrant would have been considered vulnerable and an easy target. There are parallels with Parti Liyani. She was a migrant worker in Singapore, and therefore in a vulnerable position. Karl Liew was a member of the majority race and therefore privileged, like my accuser and the detectives were. I mean, I feel Liyani's pain. Okay. It took her 4 years to clear her name, while it took me only 2. Still, it has affected my mental health. And I have never fully recovered from that. I understand that Terry Xu shared an article about Parti Liyani's case and was apparently fined for doing so. Yes, free speech is still illegal in Singapore. Just ask Amos Yee what happened. And I promise, if this video reaches 1 million views, I will donate $100 from my own pocket into Terry Xu's account to pay off his fines. Yes, I kid you not. I will do exactly what I said. As I mentioned in my previous videos, I don't lie. So, please spread this video and make it viral. Okay. Yep. Make me famous. And you're helping Terry Xu at the same time. Please don't ask me what my case was. Unfortunately, I can't discuss the final details due to confidentiality issues. In the meantime, bye for now.